Welcome. This video is a tribute to James Kelly. We always call him Ikie growing up. My mother was married to his favorite uncle, James Taylor, for many, many years. And we lived in Columbus, Ohio. And every summer, as a child, we would travel from Columbus, Ohio to Millersburg, Kentucky. Now, Millersburg, Kentucky was a very small town. You could come off that highway at 65 miles per hour, and they'll say Bird. Speed limit 40. And by the time you adjust your speed, you were out of city limits. It was that small. One stop light in the entire city. Anyway, my fondest memories of James was he was kind, he was caring, he really loved family, and he was a lot of fun. Now I was the only child, and all my friends were girls, so therefore when I come to see James, there was a guy to play with. So we had fun, especially pillow fighting. Now, when the adults would put us to uh, tell us to go to bed at night, we would wait until they all go outside on the big long porch. We would be out there with neighbors would stop by and they would play the guitar or sing or whatever. They just had a blast, seemed like every night in the summer. So we would wait until they all get out the house, and then when we get our pillows, and we would start our pillow fighting. I have been knocked over backwards quite a few times, let me tell you. But anyway, one night I decided to get him. I told him I was real sleepy, and I waited until I thought he was asleep. And in my mind, I was going to get up and tiptoe to his room and ease the door open. Now, how this house was made upstairs was across from the room that I slept in, where my mom and dad slept. And then I used his room to open up the door to his room. So this particular night, I waited until I thought he was asleep, and I actually get up and I tiptoe to the door, and I ease the door open, and when I ease, wham, 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 he just those pebbles, and the just flew everywhere. It started raining chicken feathers. And we heard somebody come up the stairs, and we tried to hurry up and snatch all those feathers together and try to stuff them. But by the time they hit the top of the stairs, it was too late. And they believed in corporal punishment, and we both get it that night. So that was the end of our pillow fighting. But we found other ways to enjoy ourselves. You know, we didn't have Nintendo and the Wii game and stuff like that, so you had to be creative. So in Grandma's backyard, they had chickens, you know, fenced in the chicken coop, and we would go out there and we would pick a chicken, and we would bring it into the sitting room. And in the sitting room was a piano. And our rules were whichever chicken made the most music was the winner. So we would put the chicken on the keyboard and it would walk across the keyboard this way. And it would go that way. Now we couldn't touch the chicken, but we could say shh, shh, you know, or do something to scare the chicken so it would run, you know. And so anyway, we did that, and whichever chicken made the most noise, that's the one that won. Now we thought that was fun until we got tired of cleaning up chicken poo-poo between the keys. That grossed us out. I said the game's over. Forget it. I don't want to play that anymore. You know. So that was the end of that story. But thinking about that piano, we had a aunt named Aunt Josie. Now Aunt Josie was in a mental institution in Lexington, Kentucky, and she was brought home for them to care for. And we couldn't understand what she would say, but she would sit in the center of that bench, and she only sung one song, and she only played one song. And Aki and I would sit on either side of her and listen and watch her play. And the only thing she would play and sing was, "Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus." And we would listen to her. And then after a while, we would just go our separate ways and play. But those were fond memories. See you in the next video for part 2. Bye-bye.